West glass has always been given less interest by a majority in Kenya. Our coverage of Kitengela Hot glass aims at giving you a hint of how glass is gold. With me is Sharon. Join us in discovering the beauty of handcrafted glass.
Hi Samson.
Hi.
Thank you very much for coming to Anselm Kitengela Hot Glass. My name is Sharon and I am front office. This is Anselm Kitengela Hot Glass. It's a glass recycling company. We recycle especially clear window glass, but sometimes we also recycle colored bottles, especially green bottles, gray bottles, or brown bottles. So we also have a department for metal workshop, and we have a department for lighting and dalle de verre, a technique which is used to make the tables and chairs you see around here. So I hope that you'll get a comprehensive coverage of everything that we do here. You're most welcome. On the other metal road, we release the glass on the other one.
So amazing. So amazing. Sorry.
So that hot molten glass gets into the annealing oven. The flowing glass is at the top. Yeah. 2 days.
I thought the whole process of crushing the glass, doing everything. So you guys, you usually have already crushed glass and sorted ones.
Yeah. So what he's doing now,
Yes.
that is a wet newspaper.
Yes.
A wet newspaper on the hot glass.
Yes.
So the steam on the hot newspaper will go into the glass
Yes.
and purge it out.
Okay.
Or rather increase the volume.
Wow.
It kind of has the same effect as blowing it.
Okay.
So he's just going to open up the mouth.
Yes.
They would like to add a colored rim.
Okay.
So now they're going to add more color on the rim.
The rim, yeah. So that it appears like the other.
So the mouth will be a bit louder.
Okay. Just like this one.
See what he's doing?
Yeah.
Just decorating his mouth. The mouth of the vase. You will leave it like that.
Yes.
It will be maybe a lampshade or a flower vase of that design.
Yes.
But we want to make it floppy.
Like
So he's
this.
going to reheat it one more time. For the last time.
Okay.
He's going to reheat it. Then it's going to open. The heat is going to open the glass, the front part,
Okay.
into a complete flat disc.
Okay.
Then he's just going to swing it and use gravity to make it a floppy flat
So that it
disc.
opens like
So this is
this.
an effect of gravity.
Okay,
The
that's
other
great.
effect was gravity was conservating it.
Okay. Great. Just waiting to see how it will look like this.
So it's now going to come out from the furnace. You can
Okay.
see he's constantly rotating the pipe.
Yeah, yeah.
So his mind is communicating.
So do you people have tenders on such glasses or just make them for?
We do have customers' orders.
Yes.
What happens is if you like something, you have a customized order.
Yes.
You would like something customized.
Yes.
You will just come in with your sample.
Yes.
It's coming out, it's ready.
It's so many ready. Oh yes, so amazing.
Just flatten.
Flatten in and then
Gravity.
get to
Then you
gravity.
have your amazing
Amazing
clouding.
clouding. Wow.
This is very, very nice.
So great.
Thank
Wow.
you. Yeah. Then we have our flavis. This flavis is still very hot. See
Wow.
how hot the glass is? It's so hot it can light on just how it's hot.
Oh, it's so
So hot.
So
So you
hot.
definitely need, thank you very much, Kim. Definitely yes, asante sana.
So this is what we've been making actually.
Yeah, this is what we've been making. So now he's taking it to the annealing oven, where it cools down gradually for around So that's done.
So that is the cooling furnace.
Yes, that is the annealer, or the anneal weight anneals down. Weight cools down. Just a slight heat, and you put it in there. So it will be there for around 2 to 3 hours.
long?
23 hours, up to 23 hours.
Okay. So what's the condition inside the furnace, the cooling furnace?
500
Yeah.
to avoid thermal shock or breakages.
Okay.
Because when you expose glass to sudden temperature change, it will crack down.
This is Samson Mabele Makoha, a student at Moi University. Today I'm at Kitengela Hot Glass with the founder of Kitengela, and actually we are really impressed with what goes around here. All idea being recycling of glass. We are going to have our founder who will introduce yourself, and then we'll have dialogue about this.
Hi.
Welcome. Hi.
I'm Anselm Crows, owner and founder of Kitengela Hot Glass.
Thank you, Anselm. Yeah, just to ask, like, why did you opt glass recycling over traditional manufacturing of glass? Why did you just say like it is recycling?
It's a no-brainer, really. It's cheaper to use material that's existing material rather than to add the extra energy and extractive kind of costs that occur when you are trying to make glass from soda ash and silica sand and the other raw materials that go into it. You require higher temperatures to melt it, you require more expensive furnaces to do that with, and we wanted to use existing material. It was not so much out of needing to perhaps save the planet, although we are eco warriors at heart, but out of just sheer practicality. You need less money to melt glass that's already glass. And also there was a glut of bottles and scrap window glass and stuff kind of lying around.
Okay, we get to find out that it has grown, the company has grown, and it's really working well. When we just look at your online products, we feel everything is doing well. Like, if I may ask, when did the idea come to your mind?
So 30 years ago I was working with my mum, who is a stained glass artist, doing traditional stained glass for churches, and we encountered the expense of the colored sheet glass from Europe was prohibitive. It was expensive to buy, hard to get here in one piece. It was the cost barrier meant that there wasn't many people who would buy it or who could afford it. So we were looking for a way to mitigate that cost by perhaps melting old bottles or old window glass to create very basic colors like greens and browns and clears and perhaps blues to act as background colors so that we could bring the cost down and make it more accessible. When I looked into what was involved in making flat glass, so I discovered that when you have the molten material in your hands or available to you, there is a lot more that you can do with it. And so it was like a whole world, like a rabbit hole of possibility that I fell down that was like, okay, yes, we can do flat glass and these like slabs and bricks to make this stuff, but we can also form it into all kinds of tableware and sculptures and chandelier elements and.
Wow, fantastic. Maybe just a point of concern. In Kenya, right here, you're operating, we have the NEMA, the National Environmental Management Authority. The time you were starting this idea, or the organization or the company, what was the reaction from the Kenyan government?
There wasn't one. NEMA didn't exist when we started.
Yeah.
We started before NEMA did. So we've been a poster child for NEMA actually in creative entrepreneurship and recycling, not just of glass but also of oil and newspaper, and we recycle whatever we can. NEMA use us as an example of how things should be done.
Okay.
We've actually set quite a lot of the benchmarks and the parameters that NEMA established for perhaps consumptive use of old engine oil, which actually I'm going away from this month, hopefully. But in regards to the recycling practices, we work closely with NEMA. We have all our compliance and licenses and the rest, because we're quite high profile for even being a small company. So we need to be, squeaky clean, of course, but as well as actually wanting to comply, it's necessary. But I have to say that we've worked with NEMA. We've received environmental awards in parallel to and from NEMA. So yeah, they are, as a governmental body, I find it a little bit challenging, let's say, that I have to pay to do the right thing. Okay. So to recycle glass or oil, I have to go through some hoops, let's say. We have to jump through procedural hoops of compliance, which I understand completely. This is the game field that we're on, and we have to, abide by the rules. Although where we are, I would propose that setting barriers such as high license fees and a lot of audit processes that also cost money, and a lot of basically onerous duties that we have to do just to comply, that don't actually have anything to do with the compliance itself, the process itself, I should say. Those will make it harder for people to do the right thing, to recycle. They'll be like, well, why bother when, if I have to do all this stuff for NEMA, then maybe I'm not so encouraged to, be an eco-warrior. So I'd say that it's kind of, but you could say that across the board about taxation. So that does taxation encourage or discourage business?
Okay.
And on the aspect of recycling, again, we use recycled boxes. We recycle boxes as much as possible, as long as it remains tidy and presentable.
Okay.
So all this is recycled, and we will recycle all this. Again, this body is the body here. This is the big project that still has guys about.
Okay.
This is a very big project. This is a gin bottle that we are making for a gin company called Procera. It's it's let's say 60% of our production for the last few months. It has been.
Okay.
So ideally, this is the whole of this place is our packing area, and our department.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you. So I think maybe I'm done. I've done my part. Made from bottle cuttings or scrap glass. It's also an aspect of recycling. It's just also from recycled glass.
Yes. So beautiful. Yes.
I'm artisan.
Yes.
Majorly I deal with welding and dials.
Yes.
Now I'm going to take you through whatever we are doing at Kitengela class.
Okay, thank you. You can proceed.
Now starting with here, you can see here we are having flow mosaic.
Yes.
Whereby we are having different kinds of plates.
Yeah.
And we mold all kinds of the flowers. You can see this one is a kind of mirror that we placed here.
Yeah.
We are having slight glasses and thicker ones that we normally made all kinds of. We are having a design here known as funky fencing.
A window design, huh?
Window design.
Yes.
We are having the kinds of balcons,
Okay.
stairs.
Yes.
We can make all types of things. As you can see here, we are having the different kinds of discs. This one is a disc.
Yes, I see.
Blue color. This is a disc.
Yeah.
Clear color with different dimensions.
Okay.
Here is a plate. If you compare this one and this one,
Yeah.
they are two
Different.
different.
Yeah.
Because this one is a plate. This
And
is
that's
a
one
disc.
the disc.
Now, generally, this one is funky fencing.
Okay.
You can see, like for this one, this table that we've made here, I'm going to take you through the process that we normally take there. This is a mosaic design,
Yeah.
whereby we do the process of casting, the reinforcement, the design here. Our furniture from
Yeah.
the frames we normally give them from our welding guys.
Yes.
Make us the frame so that we have our ready stock here such that when a customer drops out a design from the website of Kitengela Glass,
Yes.
we just get one of the frames that we have already made from the
Yeah.
stock.
Yeah.
Then we do the layout. They are the ones that have been rusted. You can see this one.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
one is
see.
rusting process. I've
Yeah.
gone through rusting process. Is whereby we take an ordinary metal, we bring some of we expose it to an acid,
Yes.
rusting occurs, or generally we can go through the long process whereby we expose, as you know that generally metal when exposed to water or oxidation, rusting
will
takes
rust.
place. Of which after that rusting, we have got some proportional ratios of liquids that is clear vanish. We have another one known as two-pack.
Yes.
We add the ratios so that it becomes we have a vanish that have been mixed with the solution that I'm talking about.
Yes.
After which rusting has occurred on the part of the metal.
Yes.
As you can see this one, then we take our clear vanish, the vanish, the normal vanish.
Yes.
We apply it on the rusted
the
part,
rusted part.
such that when the vanish is applied on the rusted part,
Yes.
it will become shiny like this.
Shiny like this.
Shiny like this. This is one of the example. Coming to this one, you can see this one and this one. They are two different types that are totally different. Here, this one is we apply two coats of that is primer. When I talk of primer, you can see this is the primer.
Okay.
The gray metal. This is the primer.
Yes.
We apply primer coat, about 2 coats, after which we put a layer of dark.
Yes.
That's another process.
Okay.
Alternatively, we deal with other kinds of metals, not only the ordinary, but casted metals.
Yes.
The silvery, there are some clients that do demand that their metals become silvery and whatever, things like sort. Kitengela company obtain the designs that we normally make,
Yes.
and we post them in the website.
Yes.
For example, you can see the idea that is here on the paper. The room is open either for we as the manufacturers and the customer, whereby he himself might come with an idea, then we put it on a piece of paper.
Okay.
You can see here, when I talk of ideas, there's one of them here. A good example. You can see a customer has come with an idea of a cabbage design here. The same idea is the idea that we are extracting it to make a panel. You can see the destination is Muranga. The client is Nyeti.
Yeah.
Here you can see it. As you can see this one, the design is here. If you compare this design with this one, they are two different
Designs.
things, totally different.
Yeah.
We have extract the idea of the client. From here, it's the thing that we are making here.
Yeah.
For example, you can see this design here that I'm right now I'm working on. Is client. This was already the design that we have already made. Now we are putting them on the on the files. In case a customer requires the same design that we already make earlier before, we just extract it from the either website, either our own papers that you have already have there on the stock.
Okay.
Of which, after doing the layout, after doing the reinforcement, we draw the design. You can see this one is a design. After drawing the design, we do the reinforcement, whereby we are having as R6 normal metallic bar. Proportionally, the diameter of this one is 6 millimeters. We do the layout, after which we'll have our mark pen. I will have my mark pen.
Yes.
And a glass cutter. I'll come here. This is what I'll do. If I talk of mosaic, this is what I mean by mosaic. I'll draw it like that. After which, I'll come with my piece of glass. I'll just do it like that. Then I'll extrapolate.
Because it is transparent.
It is transparent, or there are some that are somehow translucent.
But
something like
at least you can see the light.
I can see the light. This is what I'll do. After tracing it, normally when I leave this one aside a bit, these hourglasses, we are having smooth side and rough side. But I know in the back of your mind, you know that glasses normally have smooth. They are normally smooth. Either the first
Both
face
sides.
and the other face. But when it comes with the Kitengela glass, our motion is normally that we made things through hands. And the thing that is made through handmade, actually there are some places it can't be totally perfect. Now, initially when I take you through the kind of molds here, this is a square dial. If it is like you can see, this one is complete. Now this is how our mold normally be. If the mold is like this, we'll take the molten glass, I mean that hot glass, we put it inside here. As you can see, the mold itself has got a gauge. For example, it is a 3/4 mold, it will take the shape of that 3/4. And if it is a 1-inch mold, it will take the shape of that 1-inch mold. After putting it inside that mold, there is another pressure. That mold has got its pressure. Just a minute, I get you one of the pressure. If you can look, this mold, this one is a complete mold. If you want to make, for example, this kind of design using the molten glass, this is what we'll do. There we have got a metallic table there on the blowing chamber. Then we'll apply our wax on the metallic bar, because you can see how rusty it is, so that at least when we press it inside the hot glass, it doesn't stick on the metallic part. When I talk in terms of pressure, this is what I mean by pressure. When a hot glass is inside here, so this is the pressure.
You press.
I'll press it so that at least I get the minimum or maximum measurement or proportionally quantity that I need. This is the pressure. Layout. For example, this one, I told you initially glasses have rough and smooth, two faces. And these glasses have memories, like we human beings. The reason why I talk that I say that it has got memories. Here I have my special tool known as a glass cutter. In between it there is a wheel that goes 45, 90, 180, 360 degrees. For example, I want to create a weak point on this glass. No, I can't break it without creating making a weak point. For me to break it with an ease, this is what I'll do. I'll create a weak point so that I divide it into pieces. What I'll do, this is what that's what I'll do. Because I told you initially,
Just
glasses
as simple
have got
like that.
memories.
Yeah.
After creating a weak point, then I'll
You just reinforce.
reinforce some force, then it breaks into two pieces. Taking you back to the mosaic, as you can see, I drew on the rough side.
Yeah.
Because when we come to layout here with the plastic paper that we put on the table here, I'll turn it other way around. Because as you can see, when we are doing the layout, the rough surface faces up. Because this thing is inverted. When we'll become doing the process of lifting, as you can see, the process that we have already done here, the rough surface is facing up, of which it is the bottom. When after tilting the table, when it faces up, then this smooth surface will be on the
top,
upside.
Okay.
Now, when getting rid of these unwanted parts, so that I obtain the shape that I've already traced here, I'll do it like this. Now, as you can see, the part that I've marked with the mark pen, this middle part, this is the part that I need to fit here.
Okay.
The rest, unwanted part, what am I going to do?
Yes,
this is the process that I'm going to do. Remember, creating the weak point is the mother of everything.
Creating the memory of the glass.
Now I'll come here. Now I'm going to chip it out using my chipping hammer.
Yes, the chisel hammer.
Chisel hammer. New projects that we have already started here.
Wow, this
as
is
you
an
can see, this one.
Project.
This is a mural design.
Yes.
The design here, like this one, we didn't cut this one using the glass cutter and water view. This one is just a normal mirror, the one way.
Yeah.
This one is made here to create the image effect. This one we just use, for example, actually the designer was trying to make a kind of the entire process that we normally do here, but this one he was just using some kinds of stones, heating it anyhowly. Then we bind them together using silicone on the wood bar. After which we have a grout, we bind in between the spaces that are remaining to form. That's the process that we went through to make the complete design.
So behind it you have a wood?
Behind it we are having a hood. You can see.
Okay,
it's visible, you can see it here. But the framing we've done using the metal. Angle line, 3/4. If you can see here, I told you that we are having different kinds of material that we normally make. These are the discs. These are the discs. You can see this one is tinted. There are some guys that, as you can see, if you compare this one in terms of visibility, it is somehow clear. You can see through. But the one that have been tinted, if you compare with this one, actually it is through, but it somehow, it is not much clear. No. There are some people that normally use this one when we do the funky fencing, as I told you, the other side there. There are guys that need them to become a one-way effect. Yeah. Here we are having plates.
These are plates.
These are plates. The kinds of plates are here. We use them making funky fencing. Ordered for a customer.
You said it's called
this is a funky fencing.
Funky fencing, okay.
Funky fencing.
Yes.
Actually, you can see here we have come with some of a kind of biomass leaf that have got numerous kinds of flowers, whereby we are having warm yellow. We are having teal. You can see teal. We are having light green. Yeah.
It's looking amazing.
So this one, somebody is going to use it like a window. You can see like waiting bay. There are kinds of people that normally they don't require all the ordinary windows, but they need things that are somehow unique.
Unique, other than the others.
Yes. elaborate some of the designs. Actually, they might be somehow complicated, but as you can see, the design here, we are having something like a scallop. The joints in between here, we are going to drill them using a drilling machine, bits, holes to go in between through, but it is not going to weaken the joints.
The joints.
At least the hole is going to be somehow reasonable hole, the one that is going to enable us to fit in between the wires to go through. That is wiring, after which we are going to fix in the LEDs lights. For example, you can see here we are having how many joints here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now the 7 joints that we are having here, we are going to form a galaxy of stars, of which we are going to fix it, to mount it, depending with the house, depending with the house of the client, either bungalow or whatever, is going to be raised in a certain level like this. Then the lights are going to be reflected inside the house.
Wow.
With the numeral charts and the designs and orders, as you can see them from customers. Here they are. Yeah, here they are.
So this is the current project you people have been working on? These are the current project
that currently we are working on.
Okay. So this is same to the lighting?
This one is still same to lighting chandelier.
Okay.
As I told you initially, you can see this one. You can see the nipples that are here.
You've already fixed them, right?
We have already fit the nipples here.
Yeah.
Now here we are just going to put wires in between to go through the branches. Actually, this is a kind of branch of tree that we have extracted to put it in our metallic artists to come up with a lighting chandelier. Now the nipples here, you can see here, these are the ones that we are going to put the lights in between.
Okay.
The nipples here. This kind of leaves.
Wow.
Now we are going to fix these ones here like this.
So
these leaves, we are going to mount them all in between these minor leaves.
this is so creative
Now,
to the viewers.
The bright colors of the bulbs that we've mounted here, the LED lights, are going to be reflected with all the colors, depending with the colors of the flowers that we've mounted here.
Hey guys, we've been to the studio, we've seen how glass is processed, how it is recycled. We've gone to the main shop, we've seen the amazing products of glass recycling. We've gone to the furniture side, you've also seen the great and beautiful furniture that have been out of the recycling of glass and taking use of the broken glasses. Everything here has been amazing. Thank you people for keeping track on my episode. See you then.